Okay, so we've made a lot of progress. What I'm going to do now is start attaching the model basically together. Couple of things I need to do, and one thing I did that I didn't actually record, so I do apologise for that. I put an edge here, that's it, okay? But apart from that, I've isolated everything that makes the top, so I've got the bottom pivot, the top pivot, and everything. Now, what I need to do at the moment is also make this look a little bit more kind of industrialised. So I'm going to select every other polygon. So if I select this one, and what I'm going to do is select basically two, okay? That'll give me a start of my ring. And then if I go over here to my dot selection, or sort of dot loop, there, that's all I needed to do. Now, what I'm going to do again is I'm going to use bevel, and I'm going to use my bevel as an extruder first, just bring it out. Now I'm getting inverse on this, and that's worrying me, so I'm going to select everything, and flip it, because I've got this nagging feeling that this is inside out. Right, now, again, just dot select, bevel, there, that's much better. I was inverting it, you see, and that was strange. Okay, now in here, like this. And then if I just use my move tool, and this will help me create a kind of a cogged effect. There we go. And that was much quicker than selecting each of them individually. Okay, that's, as you can see, completely even as well. Less chance of making a mistake or anything unpleasant like that. Now, as you know, or should know by now, I tend to rely heavily on symmetry, so I'm going to rely on symmetry again right now. Get rid of half this. And that will allow me to use this piece here. Now, what I'd like to do as well is kind of straighten out some of this selection. So I'm going to my left viewport, zoom and hit F3, and I want to get these pieces. And to be honest, I'm probably going to have to get the ones on the other side as well, otherwise it won't work. Now let's just see if that's the right ones. So I think I missed one. There we go. Okay, perspective. Because what I need to do now is flatten these out. I'm just going to use my scale tool. I'm also hitting F3 now. As you can see, it's kind of pinched it in there and there, which has squashed those parts. So I'm going to extrude this first by 0. And click tick. Now if I straighten it, you can see I get a much more precise angle. Now wait for autosave to stop playing and delete that off. And what I'm going to do here, just grab these and shrink away. Let's see. I want to move all my edges out, you see. So I'm going to have them come out to there. And there. Okay, perspective zoom. Now I've got these parts here basically kind of clinging on as I want them to. Now over here, If you remember, I wanted rid of this big old polygon on the top. Now that's gone, and I'm going to want to get rid of some of these excess parts here as well. So just get rid of everything on the top. Like that, until eventually we're just left with a rather nice workable shape. Just use the select tool to make it a bit easier for me. There we go. Alright, now take this, bring it up, and over here where this is, try not to move it, silly me. I'm going to take this shape, like here, this kind of cross shape, and bring it in a little bit, and then extrude it. Until it intersects like that. Okay, now as you can see the bottom part's too low, so that's okay. That's why I did that that inset. Now I can bring that up like so, and then what I'm going to do is do swift loop about there. I'll take this piece. We go at the back as well. Let's have a look. No, just the front I need to do. Okay, I'm going to insert it. Just a little bit. And that to there. Okay, that seems good. And just trying to decide on the shape I want here. I want to keep it in with everything else. Give that a zero length bevel again. Let's have a look. Bring this over to here. Love that term, let's have a look. That's pretty much how my beloved wife trains our kitty cats. Come and see. She shouts at them, which I think is one of those adorable things. Then again, I'm biased, I'm going to say. Very fortunate to have a wife who is as much of an artist as I am. Not more so, to be honest. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this in a bit to make it curvier. Not a lot, don't need to do much, you know. There we go, that's about it actually for that part. Looking quite nice. And I can slide this across a little bit, I think, as well, which would be nice. So there we go. And then what I'm going to do, see that? Oh, don't want that. Get back there, you. And you. So there's quite a bit of stuff selected that shouldn't be. Okay, go edge. And I'm going to chamfer it. And then I'm going to do a swift loop round about here. Bring that over. And then I can do another chamfer just to curve it here. There we go. Okay, so that's now basically attaching the bottom part onto it, which is cool. We have all of the superstructure now completed, which is also cool. Enough time for a nice little stretch. Oh, lovely. Yep, it's quite an exciting part, knowing that this ridiculously complicated little fella here is actually coming to an end. So I'm quite pleased about that. Okay, let's have a look. I think I want to flatten out the front, actually. Having just thought about this more than 1 second. So, just use my select tool rather than select and move, obviously. I want to make sure that everything's kind of right before I do anything else. So extrude. Again, it will remember that I wanted it extruded by 0 if it's the same object. Do that. Now, this top part here, I should be able to ring select it, to be honest, or edge select. Just hit delete. Look, I put a big hole in my model though, which I didn't want, so do that. There, that's better. Okay, so now we've got this nice boxy shape coming in. And I think what I'll do, just to avoid having too much boxiness going on, let's select these two edges, bring them back, there we go. So we've got a straight edge, but we've kind of reduced its harshness just a little bit. Okay, now over here I need to stick my symmetry back on. And remember, there's no moving parts in this, it's just one giant moving part technically at this point. So right click, convert to editable polygon, there we are. And what I'm going to do now is basically attach this to it. There we go, and also that and that. There we go, just to make this into a single coherent unit. And the benefit of that is that it means that we can now move our torso around, have it lean forward and back a little bit, things like that. Yeah? Cool. And of course, it's a flippin' ripper shape. I mean, look at that, that's some impressive looking shit there, quite frankly. Okay, let's stick some smooth on it. And I'm going to auto smooth it about 24.5. I won't want over smooth. Alright, unhide all. Okay, so hopefully now you are starting to get an idea at last of not only the height of it, you can see where its head goes and you can see where its arm goes and all that kind of really funky, awesome looking stuff. Alright, so next stage for us, we're going to finish putting internal armor parts in. Okay, we're going to basically put in, you know, all the bits that fill in these spaces. This negative space, as Hollywood calls it nowadays. So I shall see you in the next part, and until then, peace bros, bye bye.